Hey, this is a trade journal for November the 1st. I'm going to review my month of October and a trade on BKKP and then talk about goals for the upcoming months. So let's start off with the monthly review. At the beginning of the month, I set some goals for myself. Those were to keep a 1% max loss limit, which would have been $800, unless it was an A+++ setup. Didn't really have any of those. And the other one was to try to keep my standard size to around $5,000 and also to limit myself to 1 to 2 entries a day or stop trading after 11:30 because after that I become less productive. Pretty much just a losing trader. The other things were to incorporate workouts into my week. I've got off of that. Write up daily trade plans. I did that for the first half of the month and I slipped up. Review my trades. I did pretty much a daily journal. I didn't upload it every day, but I've reviewed all my trades. And then last thing was to find some trade buddies, which I did not do, but this whole process have definitely improved my awareness about my flaws and strengths. So let's get into the trades for this month. This column is my gains and losses after commissions and locates, and you'll see that the biggest loss is about $715. I think I was actually over one of these 3 days. Well, not this day. One of these 2 days, but I got it back under my max loss limit. Not on purpose, it just happened naturally. But it's good to see my losses were kept minimal. This column is the amount of money I'm putting in my trades. I've definitely gone over my $5,000 limit, especially on some of these trades. This one I really went over it. It's not really great to see, but overall I did stick to I didn't reduce the amount of money I put into trades, and that brings me to this stat, which is the average amount I'm putting in winning and losing positions. So in winning positions it's 10,000, losing it's 12,000. Not great that I'm putting more into losers than winners, but last month it was way worse. So this is huge success to reduce this, and these are almost even this month. Last month I'm almost putting 3 times more into losers. Prior to that I'm almost putting 4 times more into losers. And then even before that I did put more than 4 times into the losers. So while I'm not satisfied with this, I'm happy that I've made progress in regards to how much money I'm putting into my winners and losers. So let's look at a few trades. We'll start off with, I guess, the losers of the month. This loss was, I don't like this loss because this was a speculative OTC long, and I was trying to long more OTCs, like small priced OTCs this month. This one I just put too much money into it. This is a speculative trade. I'm putting more than I need to, and the commissions on that were huge. So ideally this should have been about half the size, half as much money into it and half the commission. But I lost more than I need to on this trade. This trade was a 20% loss on another speculative OTC long, and the trades themselves actually looked pretty similar to the charts. But this is just I just let this go too long because it was a small position size, which is incredibly irresponsible. I should be, strict with small trades and big trades, not just get lazy on trades because they have small position size. In terms of my winners, I had a lot of nice trades on ALPP. Let's review that quickly. This was an OTC that had a lot of momentum in October. Earlier in the month, they had some kind of merger PR, and it went basically from 2 to 4. I shorted it on this red doji day. Covered most of it in my trade zero account, held a small piece and swung that in my IB account. Left it alone these 2 days, and then on this day I saw a PR in the chat room about an uplist, and I remembered MindMed did that last April, and their stock just ran for 3 days straight until the uplist date, and then had a massive sell-off. So I was looking for something similar to happen, and I longed it on this day, and a little bit added more on this day, and added more on this day, and then on the day before the up list, they started to sell. So I cut it around 520s, then flipped it a little. And I kind of missed this first red day, which I normally would, be on the lookout for. But it's not a clean chart for me. Like, I like it 100% from the breakout level. It's only less than 50, so I don't mind that. Their trades were ATER. I had a bounce short on this day, and then same thing on DATS. Bounce short on this day. Never enough position, which is one thing I want to change next month. And then PROG, I had a bunch of trades on. This one has been kind of tricky. Like huge moves, huge sell-offs, huge moves, huge sell-offs, huge moves, and then I've had a bunch of small trades on it. Never really nailed it, but it looks like maybe it'll be finished tomorrow. SSR on today, so yeah, maybe if it doesn't have it on tomorrow, it would really go and keep that on eye. So that's about it. Let's look at my goals for the next month. I want to, try to scale in bigger on trades that I can recognize as high odds setups, so I can get more money into my winners. And these are just like maybe once or twice a month, not tons of them, but that's when I should really be scaling in. And the other thing is I want to stay out of the chat room when I know those setups are present, and just kind of trust myself, trust the setup, and avoid all the noise, which kind of, I feel it takes my confidence away. I love to be in the chat room to learn about, things that I'm not good at, but when there's something that I understand, I should, mute it. Keep the max loss limit, and my size is down. Unfortunately, I started rough today with BKKT. Pretty big loss on it. I kind of thought it would be down straight on DATS and ATER. It wasn't. So I got in a little bit pre-market here, and then there was weakness, and I added a bit. I thought I would get the full collapse to the 30s, but it held, and when it failed to get over here, I kind of took that as, that was the end, and it was not. And I actually went swimming, which is incredibly irresponsible because I had a huge position size. Here I had a nice winning trade. Unfortunately, I swiped it, and my stop loss got triggered, and so this is one entry, one exit, two entries, two exits. I should be down on the day here. It's 12:30 according to my rules. Got in again, small, got out, got in, got out, made nothing throughout all of this, and it's sold all the way off. Bounce shorts usually give up 50% of their spike. That's 23.50, so 50% is about 14.36, and it's done. Disappointing, but hopefully tomorrow I'll have some gap up. I mean, if you can get up to this 40 area, that would be a dream. I don't think it will. I'll watch and, wait for the next good setup. That's it.